5.
How about a magic trick?
4.
Stay on target.
3.
Resonance.
2.
I am the hope of the universe.
1.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the Multicomicverse podcast, a news and information podcast that's not only about comic books, but also movies, TVs, video games, and the multiverse that's around it all. My name is Chris, the creator, CEO of the MCV network. Joining me today, as always, is the co-host of the show, my right-hand man, the mountain himself, the Tenacious Angel.
46.
I wasn't going to call you the Bud Knight, but I don't think anybody wants to be him anymore.
I don't know. I kind of still want to be the Bud Knight, man. He summons his power from beer, Chris. It's literally like... That's most adult male's dream.
I don't know. Don't drink and drive, man. I'm saying that smashed him pretty hard, literally.
Listen, when you have to have a guy hold 3 beers for you that you just happen to be drinking at the same time, you're bound to lose.
This is episode 160. Yes, we're talking about Super Bowl 53 commercials. Starting off with movie news, yes, the Avengers Endgame TV spot hit us quick and hard.
It did hit us quick.
I honestly was very skeptical when this trailer was going to come about. And when they said it was coming, I really didn't think it was going to come as the very first trailer of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man, seriously.
It literally was the very first trailer. But let's go ahead and break it down scene from scene, because it initially had a lot of quick shots of all the fallen Avengers with the highlighting the red with the black and white background, basically just highlighting the 10 years of Marvel. You know, we had Wasp, we had Falcon, we had Nick Fury, Vision, we had Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, we had Black Panther, we had Spider-Man, we had Falcon, and almost
basically all the Guardians of the Galaxy,
minus Rocket, So this was really quick. You know, you had to be looking for it in order to catch it all, because they went straight into a misty New York and a Statue of Liberty with all the boats washed up towards Liberty Island. And to me, this scene was interesting to me because I wondered if this was caused by Thanos' snap, that everybody that was in a boat that did disappear, the boat just kind of washed up to shore.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they decided to include these, like, just panning shots of the empty city. Like, how much it really affected the world.
Yes. You know, empty stadiums, cars still not being moved. I mean, it was interesting. They really tried to highlight the loss and the suffering the world has taken in without so many people.
Although I will say, I feel like them just going across like this throughout New York, I'm like, they make it seem like they took the whole half from New York City.
Yeah. Because they really did make it seem like almost a deserted world because of this.
Yeah.
I mean, the other half is still here, people.
Yeah.
And then we get into this, where do we go from here now that they're gone? This was interesting to me because I do believe this kind of looked like a therapy for soldiers type thing.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Alcoholics Anonymous type situation. People gathering together to talk about their issues.
Right, their loss, pretty much. And then we get this picture of Steve Rogers clenching his jaw. I mean, you see what looks like chairs in the background, maybe stood up. Maybe he's currently hosting or holding this Veterans Anonymous type of event.
You know, I will say nothing has made me think this more than this shot. But it doesn't make sense that he's clean shaven, because I feel like his beard would be thicker because of loss. You know? Well,
you know, he's trying to step up and be this idol figure now. You know, he wasn't in hiding. He is prominent. Maybe survivors are looking up to him for answers right now. And then we get the shot that everybody is talking about. We got Iron Man and Nebula, Tony Stark and Nebula working together, either building something or fixing the Milano or, fixing the ship somehow. I can't really tell, but it looks like maybe Nebula's tearing apart her hand, maybe? I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure what's going on there.
I really like the way the shadow like casts itself on Tony Stark's face.
Yes. I mean, this whole shot, even with the black A-shirt, very reminiscent to the very first Iron Man, where he's basically building from scraps. So wondering what these two are going to come up with, especially now that he has Nebula by his side, or at least Nebula has Tony Stark by her side now. A lot of people were saying online that, oh yeah, Iron Man has an apprentice. But really, Nebula is so much more technology advanced than Tony Stark is.
Yeah.
Who's really the helper here?
Yeah, she knows way more about space.
Yeah. And
space science.
and some technology even than he does. She's practically half cyborg herself. So seeing these two brains put together to accomplish something is very intriguing, because I want to know what that something's going to be. Are they fixing something? Are they building something? Maybe they're weaponizing something.
He's like, what's this, a laser? And she's like, no, that's my pinky.
And then next up is this shot of the remaining Avengers. We got Black Widow, Steve Rogers. I kept wanting to say Mark Ruffalo, but
I mean, you're not wrong.
But yeah, Bruce Banner and Rhodey all looking up towards the sky in maybe awe.
Oh, it's Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind.
Yeah, almost. I'm assuming this is a shot of either Tony returning, or this is a shot of Captain Marvel appearing. A lot of people have theorized that there is a empty space in between Rhodey and
Bruce.
Many people have been theorizing maybe Tony Stark is actually in this frame, which they cut out for the trailer. And you got to think, for as much as they've misled us from Civil War to Infinity War, that would not surprise me. People have been theorizing about multiple things. And this one, I don't see it being necessary, but I do see that is a possibility.
Yeah, I could see it as a possibility.
Next up, we finally got a shot of Rocket. This is interesting to me because, one, Rocket seems to be wearing his classic Guardians of the Galaxy suit. He has the blue and red from the original 2008 comics. He has his blasters in his holster.
He needs a cowboy hat right now.
He kind of does need a cowboy hat right now. That would be pretty cool. He seems to be on maybe an island, opening this wooden door. Maybe it's where Thor's hiding out at the moment, where he's coming to him for comfort and talking to him. You know, his face doesn't seem surprised. It seems more like sorrow right now. So I'm wondering where they're at and who's he's actually going to. Next up, we have Black Widow, dealing with this whole situation the way Black Widow was, just taking it out on the target. And she's just pretty much bullseyeing every shot. I mean, it's Black Widow. You see her hair is a bit longer than it was in Infinity War. And I don't care. She looks good still. And then we have the shot of Ant-Man and Rhodey basically putting on the helmets, man. Looks like they're getting ready to step out. Where they're at, though, kind of looks like they're in the Avengers headquarters right now. Kind of looks like where Rhodey was in Infinity War when Captain America and them first appeared.
Yeah, that
office area.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that background. Next up, we got a picture of Thor looking all sobby. We do see clearly that he does have that fake Cybertronic eye that Rocket gave him, that brown eye. But what's interesting to me is this next shot is him stepping out. You see Stormbreaker in hand. Looks like he has his armor on, the red cape. But where he's looking out from, or out to, I would say based on the greenery, maybe it's Wakanda. Or it could be Thanos' homeworld.
No, a lot of people have stated that this has got to be the farmland of Thanos.
Farmland of Thanos. So it's kind of where I'm going right here as well. Based on the cave or whatever ship he's possibly in, maybe. Next up, we got a shot of Ronan, our Hawkeye. Looks like he's crawling around through wastelands right now.
Looks like he's got a wicked awesome haircut.
Yes, he does have the awesome haircut going on. I'm not quite sure where he's at in this one.
Yeah, me either.
It's hard
to pin. I can't tell if he's still on Earth or if he's in space.
Yeah, to me it looks like a broken down Earth, maybe. I don't know. Where he's at, I think, is the big question.
Hard
on this
to tell
one.
for sure.
And then next up, we have Captain America with his gloves on, strapping up the old shield.
No way, man. Where'd he get that shield?
Well, you know, it's not like the shield was going to disappear with Thanos' snap, so
It
it's
was
just there.
broken.
The shield wasn't broken.
It was broken at the end of Civil War.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was
Chris.
not broken.
Yes,
In
it
half, no, it
was.
wasn't. He dropped it, and it was.
No way, man. It was busted.
It was fine.
We're going to have to watch Civil War.
Okay, we're going to watch Civil War again.
I will
But at the same time.
I will agonize through that airport scene just to show you that shield is busted.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it was the same shield
No,
because
somebody had pointed out to me earlier that they do talk about a new one in Homecoming.
yes,
Like
in Spider-Man: Homecoming they talk about Captain America's new shield and Thor's magic belt. But if you remember, in both Age of Ultron and Civil War, his shield, he didn't have the straps anymore. He had the magnetic thing where it went to him. He hasn't worn the straps one since the very first Avengers movie.
True.
So maybe this is the new shield. He just put the straps on it. So there is
Hot
a possibility
glue.
there. And then next up is the scene that everybody is talking about. We got all the remaining Avengers walking out together. We got in line. We got Steve Rogers. We got Thor. We got Black Widow. We got Rocket.
And Mr. Belvedere fashion.
We got Ant-Man. And then couple spaces behind him is Rhodey in the whole War Machine outfit. I wonder if they're leaving this out because Professor Hulk is already a thing. Think about it. Banner isn't in this picture.
That's true.
So did we possibly get Professor Hulk? Maybe that's who is missing in between Rhodey and Ant-Man right here. Maybe it's Iron Man that's in between Rhodey and Ant-Man right here. I'm really leaning more towards Hulk because Banner would have been part of this. That's where I'm leaning more towards.
Yeah.
So overall, your thoughts of the trailer. What'd you think about it?
I definitely think it builds hype for sure, but it just felt like a really glorified teaser.
Yeah, it was very quick, of course, but we expected that. This is Disney's way to try to save money, I guess. But I liked it. We did get all new footage. It wasn't just rehashing of the
that's true.
first trailer that we got.
We did get all new footage all the way around, so that was really nice of them.
I did like the fact that we got new footage, but at the same time, all it did was add more questions.
Yeah, what questions were answered? Because if you people can tell me that.
There were no questions answered in this other than, yes, Nebula is with Tony Stark, which we already knew. We just got a confirmation.
Yeah, for sure.
And yes, they are planning to do their own comeback, if you will. And I believe
Don't call it a comeback.
I believe even the monologue of Steve Rogers was basically, if I remember correctly, it was basically something like, we don't move on, we move forward.
Yeah.
And that's basically the whole concept of this trailer. And I ate it all up, dude. It was a surprise to me to get it so soon, and I absolutely loved it. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for
It's
this
going to
movie.
be so good, yeah.
Next up, we got a new Captain Marvel TV spot as well. Not much surprises here.
Yeah, it definitely didn't feel like there was as much new footage here as there was with the Avengers Endgame teaser spotlight or spot.
Right.
Spot.
Teaser spot, whatever you want to call it. Basically what we got from here is basically them showing to the world, yes, don't forget about Captain Marvel. She's coming out next month. But the real news that came out this week was that Captain Marvel is actually currently tracking to make $160 million for its opening weekend. All right, saying it right now. $160 million. Over, under, or meets the mark?
I would say meets the mark.
Yeah?
After this weekend, because, I mean, it was one of the two most exciting things on television at the time.
Right.
So
March, big heavy hitter. Honestly, I think Captain Marvel, that nobody really knows anything about, I would say it's going to hit just under.
yeah.
You know, Black Panther had the introduction of Black Panther in Civil War already, so people knew what to expect. People already liked the character, and they went forward to the movie. Nobody knows anything about Captain Marvel. Even, like, regular MCU fans are going into this movie with an empty slate. It's the heavy comic book fans like ourselves know what to expect, but since they're changing up her origin a little bit, Carol Danvers was never really Captain Marvel. She was always Miss Marvel to us.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit of a change for us even. So I really think that this is going to hit just under that mark because curiosity is going to make people creep and not see opening weekend, wait till the reviews to come out, and then continue forward. That's how I'm seeing it so far. Next up, we did get Toy Story 4 teaser right after the Super Bowl, actually. Wasn't this like directly after?
Yeah, it was right after the game was over, which, I mean, they needed because the game sucked. But yeah, this was good.
I will say this entire short spot that they showed left a lot of questions to Toy Story fans.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Allen actually went online. Well, I don't know if he went online or if he answered a few questions over Instagram or Twitter, basically saying and sharing the heartbreaking details about Toy Story 4 and the original Toy Story gang. Is that Andy left his toys to a young girl in Toy Story 3 to take care of. Well, to be honest with you, sad to be told, they weren't taken care of. Now, whatever happened to them, I believe might send them on a new journey to track down Andy again.
Go on.
That's it right there, dude. That isn't that sad enough?
It is kind of sad.
Yeah, but going back on the trailer itself, we did get full confirmation that yes, Bo Peep was coming back as we were told. The whole Buzz Lightyear being zip tied as a prize. A prize.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they decided to use him as a prize because I'm sure like he'd probably go for a fortune, kind of like Woody would.
Almost. I mean, he's not as old as Woody, of course.
No, but
still.
he's a classic Buzz Lightyear.
He is now. He is now.
He's not one of the newer ones they make or anything. He's one of the original models.
It'd be funny as hell if they actually made a Toy Story movie where they had their remakes come back. The new Woody or the new Buzz Lightyear, and they have to go after each other.
Yeah,
that would have been funny. Next up, we're told that Michael B. Jordan may be returning to Black Panther 2.
How?
What?
He's dead.
I heard this, and I do not like the fact that Killmonger might come back.
I mean, technically, anything can happen.
No. I honestly, characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe just need to stay dead.
They don't, though. That's literally...
But they need to. This is one that was... The whole story of Killmonger was an open and ended story that was beautiful and what made the movie what it was.
Listen, man.
He didn't need to continue.
Anything's fair game after Endgame. Because anything can happen. They can reverse it and they're like, yeah, bring everybody back. And they literally bring everybody back. They're bringing back Ultron. They're bringing back Ulysses Claw and Killmonger. Everybody resetting the slate.
Oh, and talking about Ulysses Claw, I mean, he might even be alive, but the villain from Civil War.
Oh, you're talking about Baron Zemo?
Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
Might even come back and actually be the Baron Zemo we know from the comics even through that revamp.
Oh, yeah, man.
So, yeah, there are other possibilities like that, and maybe the snap did reset something that was even back before Black Panther 2 continued. We won't know yet. Next up, the upcoming Jumanji sequel locks in the core teen cast from Welcome to the Jungle to return for the next sequel.
Nice.
Interesting. I really didn't think the teen cast would come back at all. I thought it was just going to be Jack Black, The Rock, and Karen Gillan, and...
But they are those characters.
But they're not. Those are the avatars of these, so couldn't we just have a new group of teens be those avatars for the next mission, next story?
I mean, they destroyed the game, so no. So it would have to come back as a different game. All in all, though, there's no... Danny DeVito's been greenlit for this, but there's no... They didn't say The Rock and Jack Black and them were coming back, right?
I thought they said The Rock was, though.
I don't know.
Oh, now you got me questioning that, because I thought for sure The Rock was coming back for Jumanji.
Like I said, it's a whole new game, so they could get whole new avatars.
True.
If they wanted to do, if that's what they're planning.
If that's what they're planning,
yeah.
Then Yeah, let's see. Next up, we got the Hobbs&Shaw trailer that actually dropped on the Friday before Super Bowl, where we got the full-length trailer, not just the little TV spot, the PG-rated one that we actually got in the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I really like this trailer.
Listen, man. My beef with this trailer is simply this. If I didn't know it was a Fast and the Furious movie, this would look badass.
I find it funny that next up we're gonna get Hobbs&Shaw versus the Avengers. Is that what's going on here?
Pretty much, man. Idris Elba's a fucking superhero in this movie.
Yes, he basically is. I'm waiting for Hobbs&Shaw 2 in space.
Yeah, that's definitely what it looks like for sure.
They're going to space next, guys.
They're essentially the new like bad boys because they got like that dynamic between.
Yeah, but now superpowers are being introduced, dude.
Man.
We're entering in a superhero genre with this Fast and Furious spinoff that basically shouldn't have the title Fast and Furious in it anymore. It should just be called Hobbs&Shaw.
Oh yeah, man.
Get rid of that title.
There's Hobbs&Shaw Space Knights next.
Right?
Hobbs&Shaw Back to the Future.
We can have Hobbs&Shaw versus the Justice League.
Yeah, Hobbs&Shaw Knights of the Round Table.
Hobbs&Shaw meets the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, man.
Hobbs&Shaw meets G.I. Joe. That would make sense, though.
Hobbs&Shaw.
That one would make sense, though.
Hobbs&Shaw and the Golden Child.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. Hell yes. Remake the Golden Child with Hobbs&Shaw. Oh man, so good though. That part where they're jumping out of the window.
Yes.
Fucking The Rock jumps out of the window and Statham just takes the elevator.
Yes. That was good.
Excellent.
Well played.
Next up, we had a teaser for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Guillermo del Toro, nonetheless.
Teasers, really?
Yeah. In theaters this August. I didn't expect this one. Angel, what'd you think of these teasers?
I thought they were awesome, man. I really want to go see this now.
Did they set the bar for you, or they?
It definitely set the bar for me because it's interesting because it still manages to look like it's for kids while also remaining really damn creepy.
I hope it's not for kids at all, to be honest with
I know,
you.
but I'm just like because I mean, if you see that one where the girl's got like the thing in her face,
yes,
she's dressed like it doesn't look so much for the time. Like, it looks like it's for the time, but at a certain, like, what's the term I'm looking for? Like, it looks like the scene itself is upped for a more kid-friendly type. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, but it is the very first trailer. I mean, we still have till August, so maybe some of the CGI will be added more. It'll be a little bit more dramatic even, so.
I don't know. I'm cool with a little bit of, like.
Because this is the first big horror movie, well, I take it back. Hopefully La Llorona in April is the first big horror movie that we have this year. But think about it. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is in August, right before we get It in September.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, a heavy-hitting scary movie in August, a heavy-hitting scary movie in September, and then hopefully we get something good in October, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We have to. Maybe multiple even. Next up, Matt Reeves, the Batman, is said to be a younger Batman and officially moving forward without Ben Affleck. Question is, who's going to play Batman then?
Nobody knows. But he's not going to be as badass as Batfleck.
I really don't think so. I mean, are they going to look for a younger Ben Affleck then? Or are they going to go a completely different route?
I don't know, man.
We've already been told that this is going to be more of a noir type, a Batman, where they're going to see the true detective side of Batman that we haven't really foreseen. It's even being rumored right now that the Batman is going to be nothing more than a live-action Mask of the Phantasm.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be super cool.
Now I gotta watch Mask of the Phantasm. Just to hear that laugh.
But we don't know what's gonna happen with the Batman right now. I don't know, dude. This is kind of a high bar considering this is gonna be looked at as a younger Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Swear to me.
Next up, director James Gunn officially is on board to direct Suicide Squad for DC. But it might be closer to a relaunch rather than a sequel. Angel, what do you think about this? Would you prefer them to continue the way they are with the sequel, or do you like the thought of a relaunch of Suicide Squad?
So, I definitely think Gunn could take it from where it left off and just build on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also makes sense that they would make it more of a relaunch because then he could make it more of his own. Like, he wouldn't have to use somebody else's.
True. But it is the Suicide Squad. Does it really need to be said to be a relaunch? It could just keep maybe Harley Quinn and Deadshot and the team around them is
Yeah.
new. How many iterations have we had like that in the comics? It really doesn't matter.
It is an ever-changing team, so it
Right.
really doesn't matter
Right.
what would happen. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. James Gunn.
Yeah, and it's funny because apparently when James Gunn came on board, it was like, you can pretty much do anything except Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Apparently, they even asked James Gunn, if you wanted to do a Man of Steel 2, we would give it to you even. He pretty much had the slate to do any characters he wanted that was available in the DCU slate.
Yeah.
And he chose Suicide Squad because he said that would be better fitting for his style, which I 100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen what he can do with the team.
Right, so yes, 100%. Although I will be interested if they allowed James Gunn to direct a Justice League movie.
That would be pretty cool.
I would love to see what that would be like. Because then we could probably get what we wanted where we really didn't need these origin stories and introductions. Just introduce the team and go into, the problem, the situation, becoming the team. Let's go from there, man. I loved it. Guardians of the Galaxy style Justice League. It could work. It definitely could work. Next up, Mission Impossible 7 is currently scheduled for a release of July 23rd of 2021, while Mission Impossible 8 will hit theaters in August 5th of 2022. Now, these were supposed to be, remember, filmed back-to-back, so we're getting them literally one right after another. Joe, what do you think of these movies being back-to-back years?
I think I still need to watch Fallout.
I still haven't seen Fallout either.
I mean, they're over here talking about how they're coming out back to back, and I still haven't seen the movie that made them to decide to keep
do this.
to keep making Mission Impossible movies. So
I will say, if they're filming them back to back, maybe a closer release date. I mean, it'd be cool if they both just came out in July.
I think they just want that secure like summer spot, and we may have to look at the calendar for 2022. Because if there's a lot of stuff coming out in the summer for 2022, it would make more sense to get it in August.
Right. Maybe they know what's on Marvel's and Marvel and Disney slate where they need to move things around a bit.
I wonder what I'll be doing for my mother's birthday in 2022.
Probably gonna go see Mission Impossible.
Nah, she's not into Mission Impossible.
Oh, she's not a fan of Maverick?
Goose!
Next up, a live-action Hot Wheels movie is currently in the works at Warner Bros.
That's pretty cool, actually. I hope it's like the straight-to-DVD cartoon movie they made. I don't know if you ever saw it. I want to say it was called Hot Wheels Highway 33 or something like that. But essentially, it was like these 5 teams.
Mm-hmm.
They each consisted of a color, and they all had like a motif, and they all had like 4 or 5 members with different cars, and they had to race through like these different dimensions and stuff. It was crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was crazy because I'm like, what the hell does this have to do with Hot Wheels? But I didn't care at the same time because I was a kid and I thought it was a badass concept.
I don't know, but I'm interested as hell, dude.
Yeah, I'd like to know what this movie's going to be about. For sure.
Oh, yeah, custom cars. Get some weird-ass stuff coming with this, dude. This is going to be super cool.
I wonder if it'll be like the Lego movie.
Interesting. That'd be cool, too. I wouldn't mind that. Next up, Dragon Ball Super Brawly has now surpassed $100 million in the worldwide box office.
Damn. People love Dragon Ball.
Damn. It's about time Dragon Ball's got this respect, man. It's been around forever.